Welcome all. Hope you all are doing well. We were in life process. We started the nutrition, so I explained you the structure. Now I am going to explain you how the nutrition happens, how the digestion happens. Okay, I hope all of you have had your whatever food, whatever. If you had lunch, breakfast, whatever. Okay, so anyhow, when you are taking the food, it is entering to your mouth, right? In the mouth, you have your tongue, teeth, and saliva. Okay, now teeth, all of you have studied in the smaller classes. You have 4 types of teeth: incisors, canines, premolars, molars. Okay, so all of you might having knowing that, right? Anyhow, now as I told you, teeth. Now tongue is meant for tasting the food which you have taken. Now sour is there, bitter is there, salty is there, sweet is there. Now comes the main part which is important for the starting of digestion, that is saliva. Now saliva is a liquid jelly like substance which is secreted by your mouth cavity. Okay, so salivary glands are present in the sides of your faces, near to your teeth. There are salivary glands. Okay, different types of salivary glands are there. So these glands which are present on your faces, which are present on your sides of the teeth. Okay, so parotid glands were there, sublingual glands are there, submaxillary glands are there. Okay, so these are the glands which is secreting saliva. This saliva is producing salivary amylase, one of the important enzyme which is starting the digestion of carbohydrate. So carbohydrate digestion initiates in the mouth cavity with the help of salivary amylase. Now salivary amylase is otherwise called tyalin. I'll write here P-T-Y-A-L-I-N, tyalin. It is nothing but salivary amylase, right? Now when this thing which is the food which is digested, means started the digestion of starch or carbohydrate, enters into the food pipe, that is esophagus. So now it is called bolus. The food material which enters the food pipe is called bolus. Now this bolus enters into the stomach, right? Now while passing through this esophagus, now always remember the food is passing in a thin tube. So if the tube is hard and if it is not flexible, the food gets stuck. So that means this pipe should be having a flexible nature. That is why esophagus or whole structure of digestive system continuously providing or producing mucilage, that is mucus. So mucus is a slippery jelly substance which is present or which is produced from the walls, which makes the surface smooth and allows the easy movement of the food, that is bolus. Now when food is entering here, it gets expanded. So while food enters, that part becomes stretches. So expansion will be there, then it goes, so it will contract, again it will go expand, so other part will contract. That means the expansion contraction, like that the movement happens in the esophagus. That type of movement is called peristalsis. That means expansion and contraction of esophagus while it is passed. That means the food passed or passing through the esophagus. For smooth movement, the peristalsis is helping with the help of the mucus. Mucus is a jelly substance which is produced from the walls. Now remember, dear students, from the mouth till last, that is anus, till here. It is a alimentary canal. It is one pipeline which transports from the mouth till anus. Okay. So this bolus is now entering inside the stomach, the J-shaped structure called stomach. Okay. One of the important structure. Okay. Now this in the stomach, in this lining, that means the outer side, inner to that, the wall is producing gastric glands, gastric juices. Okay, in these gastric juices we have three things they are producing, that I'll show in the written. I have written the points. So this gastric juices which is produced from the inner wall of the stomach produces HCl, mucus, pepsin. Again, pepsin, mucus, HCl. Okay. Now this HCl is helping the pepsin to digest proteins. So who is helping? HCl is helping. Okay, so HCl is helping whom? Pepsin, which is digesting the proteins. Okay, now what is the role of the mucus? Mucus is protecting the membrane from more amount of HCl. That means HCl is a harmful acid. If the amount is more, automatically it will affect the inner lining of the stomach. So, from preventing that, who is responsible, who is helping? That is mucus. Understood? So from the stomach, who all are coming? HCl, mucus, pepsin. Got it, the idea? Now our food material is called chyme. CHYME, chyme. So when food is mixed with this one gastric juices, it is called chyme. Now it is entering inside the tube called duodenum. Now coming to the parts below that, this is small intestine. Okay, small intestine has three parts, as I told you in the last video: duodenum, jejunum, and the ileum. Okay, now in the duodenum, you can have the attachment liver, gallbladder, and here pancreas. So remember one thing: from the pancreas, pancreatic juice will come here. Where? Duodenum, which is a part of small intestine. From the liver, the bile juice, which is always stored in the gallbladder when needed. So when the process starts, the digestion starts from the gallbladder, the bile juice also comes inside. So now our small intestine, duodenum is a part of small intestine. So in the small intestine, who all are there? Whose secretions are there? One is bile juice, another one is pancreatic juice. Okay, now bile juice contains no enzymes. Its only duty is to digest the fat molecules. So bigger fat molecules it will break down into smaller one. Now dear students, pancreas, I told you, from the pancreas, pancreatic juice is entering where? It is going to the duodenum, that is a part of small intestine. So pancreatic juice consists of three enzymes: trypsin, lipase, and pancreatic amylase. Again, trypsin, lipase, pancreatic amylase. Now it is amylase, automatically it is related to starch digestion. Okay, lipase, it is attached with the digestion of fats and it converts the fats into fatty acids and glycerol. Remember all these things which are very important for your exams. Trypsin digests protein and which will convert that proteins into amino acids. So one very important thing is pancreas is giving the secretion pancreatic juice into the duodenum, and this juice consists of three enzymes: trypsin, lipase and pancreatic amylase, which is digesting carbohydrate, fats and proteins. So that means in the small intestine, complete digestion of fat, starch and proteins are going on. So the question may be asking, in your alimentary canal or in your nutrition, the complete digestion of different nutrients are taking place where? The site is where? So you should know it is a small intestine. And remember, the small intestine of herbivores are longer than carnivores. Why? Now, some of you were vegetarian, some are not. Okay, like that, herbivores are vegetarian, so they eat plants, and plants consist of cell wall, which is made up of cellulose. Now, remember, dear students, cellulose need very long time to get digested. That is why herbivores have very long small intestine, and carnivores, those who are eating animals, they doesn't have cell wall. So they don't have cellulose, so they have much more smaller intestine, small intestine. Okay, I hope you understood. Now you can see from the small intestine maximum absorption takes place. The remaining food enters into the large intestine. Large intestine, this is appendix, this is cecum, and this part is cecum. Okay, and this rectangular part, this cylindrical part is called colon, and comes the rectum and anus. Now rectum, colon, cecum are the parts of large intestine. Remember, large intestine maximum the duty is to absorb the water and the stool. That means remaining undigested food will get stored in the rectum, and when we have the urge to make it out, that is excretion, the sphincter muscles here opens, and through the anus the waste material comes out. This is how the digestion takes place. So water is absorbed in the large intestine, proteins, fats, starch, carbohydrate, all are completely digested in the small intestine. Remember about the pancreatic juice, liver, that is bile juice. Now one thing I'll tell you, this pancreatic juice, they are somewhat alkaline in nature, also the bile juice, so they will always make the food items which is passing through little alkaline, because already from the stomach it is acidic in nature, or HCl is there. To balance that, these are making them alkaline. Okay, understood? So this is how your digestion takes place.